Hi guys, it's winter time. It is cold outside. We might be stuck in our houses or we might be back stuck in a classroom with a lot of other kids. And this is the time of year where people start to get sick. Where do you go when you get sick? You go to the doctors. You'll go to the doctor's office, sit in a waiting room, go back to the room where they check you out, and they'll treat you there at the doctor's office. But what used to happen is what's called a house call. The doctor would come to your house if you were sick and treat you right there in your home. You didn't have to go anywhere. And that's a lot like what Jesus did during his time on earth. There was a man in particular, his name was Matthew, and Matthew's job was a tax collector. But most people during this time did not like tax collectors. Their job was to go to your house and tell you that you had to give them money. And sometimes the tax collectors would lie about how much money you had to give them, and they would steal your money. Jesus went over to Matthew's house for dinner one day, and everyone around him said, "Jesus, why are you going to Matthew's house? Don't you know that he's not a good guy?" And Jesus said, "Let me ask you something. Would a doctor come to your house if you weren't sick?" And everyone said, "No, of course not." And Jesus said, "In the same way, I didn't come to earth, I didn't go to Matthew's house because he's not sick. I came to help the people who are sick, the people who are sinners, the people who need to become whole, the people who need to become better." Let me ask you the same thing. Would you go to the doctor's office if you weren't sick? No, of course not. But is there anybody out there who has never ever been to a doctor? No, everyone has to go to the doctor sometimes. We all get sick. It's just the truth. And in the same way, we all need Jesus. We all need to become better with Jesus. We all feel broken sometimes. Sometimes we sin. It happens to everybody. And we need to go to Jesus and ask him to make us whole, just in the same way that when we're feeling down and sick, we need to go to the doctor and ask them to help us. Sometimes people come to church and they wait for someone to tell them about Jesus, but we can't do that right now. We need to take it upon ourselves to understand when we're feeling bad, when we're feeling down, when we're feeling kind of broken inside, and we need to go to Jesus through prayer and ask him to help us feel better. I hope we can all remember this week to keep ourselves healthy and spiritually healthy by praying to Jesus, telling him how we need to feel better, how he can help us, and asking him for his help because he will help us feel better when we need it. Thank you.